Thank you, Debbie, and thank you for reminding us that he leads us. He does, doesn't he? And he tells us to follow his example. And one of those examples is found in our scripture this morning in John chapter 13, verses 1 through 17, when Jesus washes his disciples' feet. You know, this act of servanthood comes as a surprise. It's kind of shocking to the disciples that he would wash their feet. But then Jesus reminds them and us in verse 15. He says, I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. And now the whole passage. John chapter 13, verses 1 through 17. And I'll be reading from the New International Version. It was just before the Passover festival. Jesus knew that the hour had come for him to leave this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The evening meal was in progress, and the devil had already prompted Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, to betray Jesus. Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, Lord, are you going to wash my feet? Jesus replied, You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. No, said Peter, you shall never wash my feet. Jesus answered, Unless I wash you, you have no part with me. Then, Lord, Simon Peter replied, Not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well. And Jesus answered, Those who have had a bath need only to wash their feet. Their whole body is clean. And you are clean, though not every one of you. For he knew who was going to betray him, and that is why he said not everyone was clean. When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. Do you understand what I have done for you? He asked them. You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Very truly I tell you, no servant is greater than his master, nor is a messenger greater than the one who sent him. Now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them. The example of a servant that Jesus, the Son of the Most High God, left us is a little surprising at times, but it's what he calls us to do as well. We show our love for him by serving his people, by serving others.